स्वात्मन्यनस्तमय संविधि कल्पितस्य व्योमादि सर्वजगतः प्रददाति सत्ताम् स्फूर्तिं स्वकीयमहसा वितनोति साक्षात् यद्ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि केवलबोधमात्रम्।
ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। हरिः ॐ। यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो न नपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। अपार सच्चित् सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। As the Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna during Chaturmasya, we have been listening, contemplating on the life and teachings of Bhagavan Sankaracharya. So yesterday we saw that Bhagavad Pada gave the complete teaching in the form of Sopāna-pañchakam or Anushtana-pañchakam. This is a complete work. Sopānam means step. In this book Atmatirtham also every chapter is called Sopānam. Sopānam is a step. So step by step, complete sampradaya, Vaidika sampradaya. It is given in this work. The goal, the lakshya is to attain jnanam or atmajnanam. This is what the Upanishads reveal to us. But in the society, in the world, you need every aspect of life. Hence, what we call as dharma, the word dharma, dvividho hi vedokto dharma. as Sankaracharya gives in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Dvividho hi vedokto dharma. If you can come that way, back side also, this side there is space. Dvividho hi vedokto dharma. Pravritti lakshano nivritti lakshanasya. One is pravritti marga, the other is nivritti marga. பூட்டி வச்சிருக்கு போல் இருக்கு. And the pravritti dharma is the study of Vedas. From there the teaching begins. Vedo nityam adhiyatam. Study the Vedas every day. Vedadhyayana should be done every day. Then what? The Karma Kanda Veda Bhaga is Chodana Lakshano Dharma. One has to do certain things. Karmanushtana should be done. Satyam Vada, you cannot simply just listen. Satyam will not happen. You should say the truth. Dharmam Chara. Swadhyayan ma pramadaha. All these must be put into practice. So that is, something is there to do. That pravritti lakshana dharma. Then nivritti lakshana dharma is Vedanta or the Upanishad, which tells you, gives you jnanam, atma jnanam, swarupa jnanam. That is nivritti lakshana dharma. Complete renunciation, complete withdrawal from the world. Those who are qualified for that, for them this is nivritti lakshana dharma. So first, for the entire world, for householders especially, they need karmanushtana, and then the karma should be offered to Bhagavan. It should be done as a worship. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Svakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. By one's own karma, worship the Lord. Svakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. By worshipping the Lord through one's own karma, a person attains siddhi. Siddhi means purity of mind also, or Bhagavat Sakshatkara also. So, Kayena Manasa Buddhya Kevalaihi Indriyairapi Yoginah Karma Kuruvanti Sangam Tiktva Atma Shuddhaye. Yogis, they do karma as worship, as puja. So this is it. So, Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam Tadutitam Karma Swanushtiyatam Teneshasya Vidhiyatam Apachiti Kamye Matistyajatam. Give up Kamya, desire. Desire-oriented action. Then what? Papaughav paridhuyatam. Wash clean all the sins. Tapasa dagdha papasya. When all the tapas is to purify the mind. Sin means what? Papa means what? Anything that puts a block in your spiritual life is papa. Sometimes, we naturally say, we want to go to Satsang, and you just get ready, so much of expectation, going for listening Bhagavad Katha, and you are starting, somebody comes to your house. And devotees, what they say, Papa Shakti, Maha Papa Shakti. They will say this is the result of Papa. Because most unexpected thing, or some other block, some vighna comes, some obstacle comes, or outwardly, inwardly some obstacle. You come to satsanga, before coming to listening, you take pongal. And then you come and listen, sleep comes. Inwardly you are not able to listen. So even or mind is scattered, thinking about objects, other things. That is an obstacle. So to remove all that is tapas. By tapas, the obstacles are removed. So teneshasya vidhiyatam papaughav paridhuyatam bhavasukhe doshaha anusandhiyatam. That also yesterday we told. Bhavasukhe, the worldly pleasures, whatever things you get in the world, you find dosha there. Dosha is there. Dosha darshana. Vairagya will not come that easily. Because things are so attractive. Somebody gives you pal payasam in a golden vessel mixed with poison. This is what is happening in the world. It's all very, very attractive, but poison is hidden inside, you will not know. So, that you have to see through experience, by others' suffering, by the Shastra Upadesha, by Guru Upadesha. You do vichara and understand that it is all dosha yukta. There is dosha there, there is flaw, there is problem hidden there. So vairagya comes, dispassion comes. Bhavasukhe doshaha anusandhiyatam. That is what in Bhagavatam Parikshit says. He has thought about the dosha in the world a lot before, even before he got the curse. But that time Vairagya did not come. But when the curse happened, that boy cursed him, on the 7th day you will die. But instead of becoming sad, instead of becoming shocked by that, he felt happy. Because he says, Vimarshitau heyataya purastat. Already I have done lot of vichara that this is all this bondage should be given up. Now Bhagavan has given us such a situation that it becomes easy for me to give up. So this is the power of satsanga, this is the power of vichara. So bhavasukhe doshaha anusandhiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam. Vyavasaya means resolve. You have only one resolve, one goal in your life. That is to attain Atma Sakshatkara or Bhagavat Sakshatkara. You can say whatever, spiritual life, Bhagavad Bhakti. I want only that, nothing else. And the last line is little sharp. Sankaracharya will tell only like that. In between Bhagavan and Sankaracharya, you can say this is the difference. When Grihastha comes and asks Bhagavan, I want to take sannyasa, renounce everything. And Bhagavan says, why should you renounce? Now you are thinking that you are a grihastha. If you take sannyasa, you will think, I am a sannyasi. In both places you are thinking you are the body. So find out who you are, what is your real nature. Once you know the self, you are a sannyasi. Jnanam sannyasa lakshan. Then that person asked Bhagavan, then why did you renounce? Why did you come away from your house? Bhagavan said, if that was your prarabdha, you would not be asking like this. That power would have pulled you. You cannot do anything. So that is not your prarabdha, that is why you are asking. So Sankaracharya says, renounce. Nijagriha turnam vinirgamyatam. As soon as possible, come out of the house. Because griham andhakupam. The வீடுங்கிறது பொட்டக்கிணறுங்கிற தமிழில் சொல்லுவோம் பொட்டக்கிணறு. The house is like a blind well. Andhakupam means blinding darkness, nothing. Inside that you don't have any universal look. Oh, only my son, my daughter, my money, my house. So Nijagriha Turnam, as soon as possible come out. At least temporarily. To satsanga, somewhere to listen Bhagavatam, go to some temple, always holding to house. That is why it is called griham. Grihyade the griham. It catches hold of you. It will not allow you to go anywhere. Why don't you come to listen to Bhagavad Gita? You ask, Nobody is there in my house. How can I come? Or someone is there, I have to look after them. How can I come? Both way, it possesses you. Grihyade digriham. So Bhagavan will not say, give up and come. Sankaracharya says, give up and come. Both are saying same thing. Bhagavan's method is that, when Kohen came to see Bhagavan, he came with shoes and hat. And with that he was about to enter the old hall. Then that attendant somewhere, he fired him. With all this hat and shoes, you cannot enter there. He became very angry. How can he tell him like that? I will go only like this. So he was about to enter, then he heard Bhagavan's voice. Bhagavan said, you can come inside with your hat and shoes. The moment Bhagavan told him, he removed the hat and shoes and came inside. So this is called dhvani. The intention is something else. So the way it is conveyed. So anyway, nissangata, asangata, that is needed for grihastha also. Even if you are in the house, Bhagavata says, there is one full chapter in 7th skandha where Bhagavata tells how a grihastha should live. Absolutely unattached and like a guest inside one's own house. Not like ghost. Griheshu atithivad vaset. Like atithi, you stay in your house and nyatayaha pitaraha yadvadanti yadichandi anumodeta. Sometimes wife says something, sometimes mother says something, everything you just... Never with mouth you don't say yes or no. They can make out the meaning, whatever. You just do like this. So this is nissangata, udasina bhava. Don't get attached. And get attached to Bhagavan. Get attached to sadhu sangha. Bhagavata says you have attachment to bhaktas, devotees. Then naturally detachment comes in the world. That is the easiest way. More and more you get attached to saints, you grow, you get detached to the world. The more and more you get attached to Bhagavan, you get detached to the world naturally. So that is the positive way. So, sangaha satsu vidhiyatam. Niki vechko. Sanga satsu vidhiyatam. You have sangha. You have contact with sajjana, with bhaktas, with devotees. Sangaha satsu vidhiyatam. That is spoken of as the greatest secret. Greatest spiritual secret. Bhagavata, in the Ekadasha Skanda, 12th chapter, Krishna says to Uddhava, I will tell you, reveal you the greatest spiritual secret. Sugopyam api vakshyami tvamme bhritya suhrit sakha. You are my friend, you are my companion, so I will reveal to you the greatest secret. And he says, you cannot attain Bhagavad Bhakti so easily by any sadhana, like Narodhayati Mam, a big list is given. All the practices that we have. Narodhayati Mam Yogaha, na Sankyam, Dharmayevacha, na Swadhyayaha, Tapaha, Tyagaha, Neshtapurtam, na Dakshina, Vratani, Yajnaha, Chandamsi, Tirthani, Niyamaha, Yamaha, Yathavarundhe Satsangaha, Sarvasangapahohimam. You have contact with a sage. You have contact with someone who remains in that state. Easily it comes to you. That you cannot do by AI, by listening through online. No. You will get a feeling. You will get the knowledge. Certainly, it could be better than even reading. But something which comes from direct contact. That is why that Vidya is called Upanishad. Upanishad means something which comes to you through intimacy, through contact, direct contact. It cannot happen through any other method. So Upanishad. Upanishad, the word meaning is Upa Samipe Nishidati. He sits near. That contact is needed. So that contact is Satsanga. That is real Satsanga. And in that Satsanga, Satam Prasangaha. In that Satsanga, how you get that Bhagavad Anubhava or Atmanubhava, you cannot get it by yoga, Sankhya, Dharma, Swadhyaya, Ishtapurtam, service. You do anything. By doing you will not get. Satsanga is not doing. See, one of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's very close associate was T.K. Sundareshwaraya. He also, everyone will have this illusion. So he also had at a period an illusion that I am very close with Bhagavan for so many years, because he was close from 9 years old and he was only 9 years old. And I am not spiritually progressing. Everyone complains, we don't have any spiritual progress. And what is spiritual progress? They don't understand. Spiritual progress is not there. So he also felt. Then he decided, I will stay in my house, do sadhana, and when I have progressed sufficiently, I will come. Saying this, he stayed in his house in the town, started doing some japa, dhyana, everything. Many days passed, many months passed. One day he could not bear anymore. So he ran to it was up the hill, the Skandashramam. So he went there, rushed there. Bhagavan was waiting for him. Bhagavan said, Sundaresha, inniki nooravadu naal. Bhagavan said, today is the 100th day that you have not come. He was counting. And then Bhagavan added, he said, see, now you understand. By coming here, you are not getting anything, but not coming here, you are losing something. The spiritual thing is imperceptible. You cannot, it's not like getting money or getting health or anything. The moment you stop doing the sadhana, stop doing Bhagavan Nama Japa or attending Satsanga or going to the temple or solitude, whatever sadhana you are doing, then you will feel something is gone. So, know this secret, hold on to it. Sangaha satsu vidhiyatam. Have this contact with the saints. Bhagavato bhaktir dridhadhiyatam. Through satsanga what happens? Bhakti becomes very firm. Bhagavad bhakti becomes very firm. Bhagavato bhaktir dridhadhiyatam. Shantyadif parichiyatam. Practice keeping the mind calm. That you do by Bhagavan Nama Japa or Dhyana or daily Swadhyaya, remaining calm in ekantata, solitude. Shantyadif parichiyatam. Dridataram karmashu santyajyata. Give up karma with resolve. Karma means kamya karma. Anything that you do with desire, give up. Don't do action to get anything. It is bondage. There is a time for you to do, there is a time for you to retire also. That also is an art. You should know when to stop work. Sometimes working becomes addiction. Addicted to work. Sadvidvan upasarpyatam. I have retired. What should I do? Approach a brahmanishta, a jnani, one who knows the Shruti, Upanishad, one who abides in that state, a desireless person, a Brahmanishta, approach him, Pratidinam tat paduka sevyatam, every day serve his paduka. Means what? Whatever he tells you, do it. Do some seva. Brahmaikaksharam, listen to Mahavakya, listen to his Upadesha. Shruti Shiraha means Upanishad. It is the head of Vedas. Vakyam Samakarnyatam, listen to the essence, the implied meaning of the Upanishad and do Vichara, Atma Vichara. Then now you are qualified to sit in Ekantata. Because you have got the knowledge, you have absorbed the knowledge, then what should I do? Vakyarthasya vicharyatam, and contemplate on the meaning of Vedanta Vakya. What does it mean? What is the real meaning of this Mahavakya? When the Upanishad says Aham Brahma, this I is Brahman, what is the meaning of it? The body is not I. The mind is not I, the intellect is not I. When I push aside everything, negate everything, then that shunyata, that is also not I. Thus you go deeper, deeper, deeper and realize that what exists, that is undeniable inside. That pure consciousness is the essence of the Shruti. Vakyarthasya vicharyatam shruti shiraf pakshas samashriyatam. And one advice, dustarkat suviramyata. Don't have any debate with any person. Don't go for argument with anyone. In Bhakti Sutra also Narada says, don't have any tarka. Tarko navalambyaha, because that can disturb the bhakta more. In Bhakti Marga, should be very careful, very tender. The heart is very tender. So, dustarkat suviramyatam. Shrutimatastarkaha anusandhiyatam. You can take the reasoning supplied by the Upanishad. The reasoning is just for knowing that I am not the body. Only that much. The I is not the body. If you amputate the hand is not saying I. If you amputate the leg is not saying I. One by one you can separate the limb in the body. Each limb is silent. No I there. And what is this I? Heart, liver, any part you take. No feeling of I there. And if you collect everything, then also no I in a dead body. But while alive now, there is the feeling, immediate experience of I am. Even when you sit in a dark room, there is the fullest feeling of I. Full expression of your existence as I am. It is not only me, it is there in a dog, it is there in a cat, it is there in a tiger, it is there in a plant, it is there in a rock also. We are not able to sense it. Everywhere, ya tiryang naradevata bhirahamityantasputa grihyate. In every creature, it shines forth as ahamiti antasputa grihyate, as aham, as I. It is clearly seen. So, to know that you can rationalize a little bit, then your attention is turned towards that ever shining awareness. And when you know that what that awareness is, you find that it is boundless. It is not limited by the body, it is not limited by the mind. It is the limitless Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam Brahma. Brahmasmiti. So meditate on that. Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam. Constantly meditate that Brahman I am. Aharahar garvah parityajyatam. Every day meditate like that and be very careful. Don't be arrogant for anything. Dehoham matirujyatam. Regarding the body as me is greatest arrogance. So give it up. Buddhajanaihi vadav parityajyatam. Especially when you know someone is a knower, is a knowledgeable person. Don't go and argue with him. Sometimes when people become arrogant, they will argue even with great saints. So Buddhajanaihi vadav parityajyatam. Shudvyadishcha chigitsyatam. Of course, hunger will come to everyone. But here, Bhagavad Pada says it is a vyadhi. It is a disease. And medicine for that is food. So whatever food you get, that food is medicine for hunger. Bhagavan, when they were staying in Virupaksha cave, they will go to take bhiksha in the agraharams here, the village around. Then they will bring the bhiksha. Sometimes devotees will be more and the annam, rice that they have got will be less. So according to that, the quantity of water will increase. They will put more water and no salt to add. A little bit of salt alone is available, that they will put in their tongue and drink the kanji, that porridge. So this is taken like medicine. And later on in ashram, one full big leaf and it overflows another leaf underneath, and so much food. Bhagavan said this is vyadhi. Those days the food was like amritam, nectar, and body will be very light, mind will be very calm. This samaradhana, because some devotee comes and he is doing puja to Bhagavan by giving money for food. And those around, some of them, they liked this very much. Although Bhagavan used to tell them you should not have so much to eat, nobody will listen. And when Dandasbani Swami was there, you can see, he will be also wearing a kaupina and more than 6 feet tall and big tummy. And sometimes Kartikeya Deepam crowd is over, too much crowd. Bhagavan used to joke, let us make him sit there. They need a Swami. So he is also wearing a kaupina. They will do worship him and go. So this Dandapani Swami wanted to have good, nice food. So he will not listen. All samaradhana will be there. So Bhagavan used to remark, this is all vyadhi. What we want is only little rice and little rasam, enough. Nothing more is needed. The body will be light, the mind will cooperate for meditation. It is as if our avatara itself is for eating. Annagata prana. You see, go round the hill also, people will be very, very interesting. Devotees, go round the hill, such a crowd. They will be going like this. Suddenly the crowd goes to the border. Somebody is giving. After some time, again you see some other place, the same thing happens, the same crowd. We don't know how much they can swallow. So this is all vyadhi. Undigested food becomes vyadhi. And especially for a sadhaka, one who wants to meditate, There is a saying, Ekavara Bhojanam, one time you take food, is a yogi. 2 times, bogi. 3 times, rogi. 4 times, drohi. Drohi means he gives droha, trouble to others. But anyway, you can take little bit. So that is, it is not Ekavara Bhojanam means one Himalayas before you. In Kalati, one of our brahmachari used to do that. Cooking will be there, and after that you will be having a hill in front. And we used to ask, where are you sitting? Behind that hill. Not be able to see him. So that kind of one-time bhojanam is not useful. So, Chudvyadishya chikitsyataam. When you are hungry, you have to take some food. Too much food philosophy is also not needed. Too much thinking about the food. Annamashitam tredha vidhiyate tasya yasthavishto dhatuhu tatpurisham bhavati yo madhyamaha tan mamsam yo nishtaha tan manaha. The annam, the food that one eats, becomes, it takes 3 shapes. The grosser part goes out as fecal matter. The middle portion becomes flesh or muscle, whatever. And the subtlemost part, which cannot be seen, becomes the mind. So, ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhau dhruva smritihi. When food is pure, the mind becomes pure. When the mind is pure, one is able to keep the recollection, the meditative recollection awake. That is smriti. Smriti is not simple memory. It means the state which you get a glimpse, sometimes in the presence of a jnani, sometimes in some ekantata, some rare moment you get a glimpse of it, you are able to recollect it and hold to that state. That is smriti. That strange subtle power arises within you when the mind is extremely pure. And that kind of purity comes when food is pure. And food is, of course, the most important food is what you eat. But it also means what you take through the eyes, what you take through the ears, what you take through the nose. Everything is food. Ahriyate iti aharaha shabdadi vishaya vijnanam bhuktuhu bhogaya. As the Bhashyakara says, whatever you swallow through the senses is all food. So when everything becomes pure, the mind becomes pure. Sattva guna becomes pure. When the sattva guna is distilled, when the sattva becomes pure, then bhakti arises, jnana arises, vairagya arises. Everything. When these 3 are there, spiritual life is successful. So, chudvyadishcha chikitsyatam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyadam swadvannam natu yajyadam. Don't beg for tasty food. That is why a monk will not go to the same house every day, because sometimes, they will know the sannyasi is coming, so we will give him good food. So don't go to the same house. Every day some other house. And not the same food. And collect food from 3 houses or 5 houses or 7 houses according to the sampradaya. Not more than that. Then that food they will take and dip it in the river water, so that the taste will not be known. This is all Tivra Vairagya, intense, dispassionate sadhus. They used to do that. And then sitting on the bank of a river or pond, take bhiksha. This is what a sadhu does in villages. Informally, they used to be like that. So, Swadvannam natu yajatam. Don't ask for tasty food. Vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Whatever comes through vidhi, destiny, be happy. Shitoshnadi vishahyatam. Heat, cold, sorrow, happiness, have that samabuddhi. Natu vrita vakyam samucharyatam. Don't have any useless talk, loose talk. Audasinyam abhipsyatam. Learn the art of divine indifference. This indifference is a negative quality, but this is divine indifference, means you are in the world but untouched. Something is happening around, you are not allowing them to disturb your inner meditative state. So, Audasinyam avipsyatam janakrupa naishturyam. Sankaracharya says, begging for others' sympathy, it is due to self-pity. See, people have such a thing, they have some problem in their life. Go on telling every neighbor person, they will say, this lizard treatment is needed. Go to them and tell them and they will show sympathy. Don't seek it. Janakripa naishturyam utsrijyatam. Then what should I do? Ekante sukhamasyatam. Sit in solitude. Ekante sukhamasyatam. Then paradare chetas samadhiyatam. Merge your mind in the Supreme, in the Divine. Purnatma susamikshyatam. Behold, recognize that Supreme Self, the whole, the Purna Vastu, that Bhuma. Jagaditam tad badhitam drishyatam. This badhitam means you are seeing the world, but you know it is not real. Like the mirage. In a desert you see water, you run and go there, then you find no water there. Like that, you see the world, but you know that in your real nature it is not there. And what you see as world is Bhagavan. Idam hi vishwam Bhagavan. Vishwasmai namaha. So, you see it as world, but when you explore deep, then you find it is the body of Bhagavan. It is the form of Bhagavan. So that is Badharupa Jnanam. Badharupa Nasha. Then world ceases to be world. When you see man, woman, it is world. When you see it is all Ishvara in that form, no world. Tvam stri, tvam pumanasi, tvam kumara udava kumari, tvam jirno dandena vanchasi, tvam jato bhavasi, vishvato mukaha. Hey Bhagavan, you have become man, you have become woman, you have become that youngster, you have become the old man. In all this form, you are coming before me. When that knowledge is there, the world is no more world. It is God. So, Purnatma susamikshyatam jagadidam tad badhitam drishyatam prakarma pravilapyatam. The prarabdha karma because of which I am alive. I am doing some work. That is all. Let go through it. But always recollecting your real nature, nothing affects you. Chitibalat napyuttaraihi shlishyatam. That agami sanjita is all burnt in jnana and prarabdha is untouched. Agami and sanjita are burnt. Prarabdham tviha bhujyatam. Prarabdha you go through, but you don't get affected by that. Parabrahmatmana sthiyatam. Stay as Parabrahma. We have actually given only a gist of this work, this Sopāna-pañchakam. So, this teaching Bhagavad Pada gave. Now we coming back to the story. The Digvijaya of Acharya left the land of Gaudas and reached Gorakshapuri. You can say this, Gorakhpur. Meanwhile, Varadadeva, the king of Nepal, visited Acharya and invited him to his land. Acharya and Guru proceeded towards Nepal from Gorakhpur. they went directly to the Pashupatinath temple. The condition prevailing there was indeed pitiable. Worship and rituals were not conducted in the prescribed manner. Vedic studies and rituals had come to a standstill. Leftover bhiksha of the Buddhist bhikshus were strewn all around this neglected temple. Although the king was a practitioner of Buddhism, he had been earlier initiated in the tradition of Matsyendranatha Yoga. In anticipation of Acharya's visit to Pashupatinath, the place was cleaned up. After having darshana, Acharya worshipped the Lord with a divine hymn. As Uma and Maheshwara existed in perfect harmony here, Acharya composed and offered Uma Maheshwara Stuti. Namah Shivabhyam Navayavvanabhyam Parasparashlishtavapurdharabhyam Nagendra Kanya Vrishaketanaabhyam Namo Namaha Shankara-Parvatibhyam Namah Shivabhyam Jagadishwarabhyam. Here this is a special Panchakshara. Like Namah Shivaya, this is Namah Shivabhyam. Shivaha, Shivacha. Shiva and Shiva. Here somebody asked Sheshadri Swami, give us some special mantra, very powerful mantra. Sheshadri Swami said, Shiva Shiva. Shiva is Bhavani, Shiva and Shiva. So generally we chant like that, Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva. So Namah Shivabhyam Jagadishwarabhyam Jagatpatibhyam Jaya Vigrahabhyam Jambhari Mukhyihi Abhivanditabhyam Namo Namah Shankara-Parvatibhyam Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadhabhyam Panchakshari Panchara Ranjidabhyam Prapanja Srishti Sthiti Samhridabhyam Namo Namaha Shankara-Parvatibhyam. This is a great medicine. Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadabhyam. One child was having some trouble one night and she was crying. So I told her some story and then said, chant this mantra, this is the medicine. Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadabhyam. She took that medicine, Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadabhyam. And later on she initiated Saraswati. And once she was doing Arati, when we were entering, she was chanting Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadabhyam. I asked, where did you get this medicine? I got it from her. Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadabhyam. I got this. This is Aushadha. So Namah Shivabhyam Parama Aushadabhyam Panchakshari Panchararanjidabhyam. Where is that medicine stored? It is stored inside Panchakshari Panchara. Panchara means cage. Panchakshari is like a cage. Kood katradum pome. Namakku chelada mantra bandara mani kood panu. Tal. Adukku enna solra talisman. Right? Yes. Talisman. Amulet. Right. So inside that Panchakshari Panchararanjidabhyam, in the cage, in the box of Panchakshara, this is hidden. This power is hidden. This mystical power is hidden. Prapanja Srishti Sthiti Samhridabhyam Namo Namah Shankara-Parvatibhyam Namah Shivabhyam Pashupalakabhyam Jagatrayi Rakshana Baddhahridbhyam Samasta Devasura Puchidabhyam Namo Namah Shankara-Parvatibhyam. Thus, Acharya worshipped Pashupatinath as Pashupalaka, the one who governs the jivas. In this stuti, the Uma Maheshwara Panchakshari, Namah Shivabhyam, is also embedded. The king was impressed by the disciplined life and gentle nature of Acharya and the disciples. The king, who had been formally initiated into yogic practices by yogis of Natha tradition, asked Acharya about Chittavritti Nirodha. Strangely, instead of answering his question, Acharya gave him a penetrating look and said, "O king, we shall talk about quietening thoughts later." there is some sorrow hidden within you. Sometimes such strange things happen. There was one story about Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. One lady came to Swami, and this story is being narrated by our Ganeshana, and that lady was telling about her son. Suppose I forget the name, so Govind Swami. So she said, Swami Govind Swami is suffering. He didn't get his job. He has some problem. Please bless Govind Swami. Swami listened to everything, and after that he asked, Amma, உனக்கு ஒரு பையன் மட்டும்தானா இல்லை வேற யாராவது இருக்கானா? சரி, எனக்கு ஒரு பொண்ணு இருக்கா சாமி. I have a daughter, but Swami Govind Swami கதை. He said, அம்மா அந்த பொண்ணு பேர் என்ன? She will be again and again going to Govind Swami. Swami will ask about daughter. So she will say, her name is Kalyani. So what is Kalyani doing? Kalyani is in my house, Swami Govind Swami. She will go there. So again he asked, why Kalyani is sitting in your house? Is she not married? And he said, she is married, Swami, but she came home due to some quarrel in that house. Then again she went to Govinda Swami. Swami didn't care about Govinda Swami. He was constantly asking about Kalyani. And at last she exploded. Because that was her problem. That was her problem. She was thinking she has sorrow because of Govinda Swami. But the real problem is her daughter. And she is sitting in her house due to some problem, something. So that must be solved. So that is the way. So here this Maharaja of Nepal was talking about something else. About spirituality. Sometimes people will come and ask serious questions. I want to know about Jivan Mukti. What about Jivan Mukti? Not a simple meditation is possible there. No idea about what to talk about Jivan Mukti or Yoga Sthiti. So here the king is asking something like that. So the Acharya asked him, you have some problem inside you. The king was astonished by this unforeseen remark and said, Lord, true, I do not have a son. I am afraid that this land will not have a successor and will be taken over by someone else. After remaining quiet for a while, Acharya told the king, worship Pashupatinath with bilva leaves for so many days, 11 days. Perform Abhisheka to the Lord while chanting Shri Rudra and Durga Sukta. Offer pure rice as Naivedya. Very soon you will have a son. See, somewhere your faith should come. The king did as advised, and soon enough the queen conceived. The indifference of the king towards Pashupatinath temple disappeared. That is the purpose. The purpose is that. So, the king developed faith and devotion to the Lord. Arrangements were made for ritualistic worship of Pashupatinath by bringing learned Brahmins from the south. Consequently, the study of the Vedas and Vedanta began to spread there. Meanwhile, Acharya started teaching Māṇḍukya Bhashya. This continued until they reached Badri. From here, very profound teaching on Māṇḍukya Upanishad begins. So there is a statement in Shruti, Māṇḍukyameva alam mumukshunam vimuktaye. Muktika Upanishad says Māṇḍukya is enough for a person for liberation. If you cannot attain jnanam by that, you can attain jnanam, you can study other Upanishads. So this Upanishad is a detailed contemplation on the artha of Pranava, Omkara. Akara, Ukara and Makara. And Amatra. Amatra is Mauna, Nishalata. A, U, M. This is Om. A is the first letter. Ma is the last letter, U is the middle. Akara represents the body, Ukara represents the mind, Makara represents the Karana Sharira, and Amatra represents the Turiya. Jagrat, Swapana, and Sushupti and Turiya. And through that Upanishadic discussion, profound teaching was happening there. The Amatra, the resonating repose that lingers in the resting face of Om is Turiya. The term Turiya means the fourth. See, waking we know. Hope we are now there. But waking state is very, very little. The waking is completely covered, layered, filmed by dream. It looks as if we are in the waking state. Just the eyes are open and seeing all of you. That much is waking. But interpretation about that, the name of the person, the feeling that arises within us. When I see you, what I feel, that is all in the dream plane. Nothing to do with the waking state. So, that state itself, it is Ukara. So, Jagrat itself, waking is there, dream is there. And dream is happening because you are able to see the snake in the rope because you are not able to see the rope. And not seeing the rope is sleep. So I am not able to see you as you are. So I have my own concept. When two people are talking, there are how many people? Not two. One person as I am, as I think myself, and another person as I think you are, and you as you think and I as you think. This is all sankalpa, no? So, this dream, so generally speaking, waking, dreaming. Basically, this is waking, Jagrata Avastha. Then when you sleep, you go mostly dream. That is very much needed, dream sleep. Now they call it what? REM sleep. REM sleep. That is needed. Then no dream sleep, deep sleep. Sushupti. Yatra na kanchana kamam kamayate, na kanchana swapanam pashyati, tat sushuptam. Sushuptasthana eki bhutah, prajnana ghana eva hi, anandamaya, anandabhuk, cheto mukha, prajnah, tritiyah pada. That is the third part. The first part is the waking, the body, the senses, the world. Then the dream world. In the waking, the eye is called Vishwa. In dream, it is called Taijasa. In deep sleep, it is called Prajna. And there is the Adhisthana, the fourth, the substratum in which the waking, the dream and deep sleep happens, and that is the Turiya. Om ityedadaksharam idagum sarvam. The Upanishad says, whatever is here, it is all Om. You need not study much. Just know this. That's all. Whatever is seen as this, idam sarvam Om. Om ityetad aksharam idam sarvam. Tasya upavyakyan. You want more commentary? Bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi. Sarvam Omkara eva. The past, the present, the future. It is all Omkara. Past means what? Memory. Present means sensory experience. Future means imagination. This memory, this sensory experience, this imagination, it is all happening where? In the knower, in the pure consciousness. In it everything arises, in it everything stays, and to that it returns back. And that Adhisthana has filled everything. Om ityedadaksharamidam sarvam. Tasyobhavyakyanam bhutam bhavad bhavishyatiti. Sarvam Omkara eva. When you chant Omkara, you have to know that your memory is also Om, your imagination is also Om, and your sensory experience is Om. Means what? Let everything stop. Then what? Echanyat trikala that which is beyond past, present and future. The Turiya, it is also Om. Sarvam hi etad Brahma. The Shruti says, whatever is here, indeed it is all Brahman. I am Atma Brahma. This ever experienced I, the illumining principle, is also Brahman. The pure consciousness is Brahman. Know that. This is enough. This is Māṇḍukya Karika. This is Māṇḍukya Upanishad. I am Atma Brahma is a Mahavakya. This self is Brahman. What is experienced here as I am. I am and I am. All same. I am and I am. Aham. It's all same. What is experienced as aham within, it is Brahma. Soyam Atma Chatushpat. This Atma has this 4 part. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya. So when you know that Atman, your knowledge is complete. It is Ekatma Pratyasaram Prapanchopashamam Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Savijñeyaha. As the Shruti says, Ekatma Pratyasaram. By the knowledge of that oneness of the self, Prapanchopashamam. Then the Prapancha is Nishprapancha. Prapancha is no more Prapancha because Ekatma Pratyasaram. By the essence, the cream of that Advitiya Jnana, that one Atma is alone is, nothing else exists. With that knowledge, Prapancha Upashamam, this Prapancha is completely demystified. It is all seen as Atma, it is seen as Ishvara Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Bhagavat Swarupa. Prapanchopashamam, then comes true peace, Shantam. And Shivam, that is the Shivam, that auspiciousness. Prapanchopashamam, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam, no otherness. Advaita should be translated like that. Non-duality should be translated no otherness. Nothing exists other than the self. Because, see, whatever I see through the senses, I am seeing you, but I cannot experience you. I can only perceive you. So to my own body I can only sense. And inside body many things I cannot know. But one thing is constant experience, that is I. That is aham, I am. It is the only thing which should be called as experience. Everything else is sensory perception, sensation, seeing, hearing, etc. But one's own existence as aham, as I am, it is direct anubhava. It is kevala anubhava. That alone is anubhava. Seeing some light, seeing something, it all comes and goes. But existence, satta, astitvam, it is anubhava. And that anubhava is turiya. That anubhava is turiya. And the ignorance is sushupti. Not knowing, agrahana, and anyatha agrahana in dream and waking state. That is the superimposition. So, this turiya vastu. So, as bees collect honey from the flower, the sannyasin silently imbibed the nectar of Upanishadic wisdom from Acharya. Acharya Pada condensed the essence of the Māṇḍukya in 2 shlokas and blessed the disciples. See, when a great teacher gives the knowledge, you need not go through all the scriptures, it comes so easily. That was what they were all getting. Prajnanam shupratanaihi sthirachara nikara vyapibhir vyapya lokan bhuktva bhogan sthavishtan punarapi dhishanodbhasitan kamajanyan pītvā sarvān visheshan swapiti madhurabhung māyaya bhojayannaha māyā sankhya turiyam param amritam ajam brahma yattannatosmi. Pervading all the inert and sentient objects by the diffusion of the rays of awareness, enjoying gross objects in the waking state and subtle objects illumined by the mind alone in the dream state, absorbing all the forms within in the deep sleep state, remaining as the sweet blissful self alone, that which remains as Turiya, beyond the 3 states and appears as the 4th by the power of Maya, to that supreme deathless and birthless Brahman, I offer my prostrations. Yo Vishvatma Vidhija Vishayan Prashya Bhogan Stavishtan Paschachanyan Swamati Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman Sarvanetan Punarapishanaihi Swatmani Sthapayitva Hitva Sarvan Visheshan Vigata Gunaganaha Patva Saunasturiyaha. May that Turiya, who as the cosmic self, Vishvatma, devours the gross objects as ordained by destiny during the waking state, as Taijasa consumes the objects by the subtle aspect of the mind during the dream state, as Prajna absorbs everything into oneself during deep sleep and shines as Gunatita, negating all the 3 states through Jnana. Acharya says at the very beginning of Bhashya, Vedantartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam Idam Prakarana Chatushtayam. Actually, the Bhashya is for Karika. So, Karika has 4 Prakaranas. For that Acharya calls as Vedanta Sara Sangraham. Vedantartha Sara Sangraham. Next, after finishing this, we are beginning this Tamil Satsanga. So there we have taken Sarva Vedanta Sara Sangraham. Somebody said, before reading that, Chaturmasya will be on. The title, Sarva Vedanta Sara Sangraham. Sarva Vedanta, sorry. I was doubting, something is missing. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraham. So that is the name of the work, the book. So that for the Tamil. So 1 or 2 more days perhaps we will have Atma Tirtham. After that the Tamil Satsanga will start.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala,
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva,
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.